Texas back on the board in the transfer portal, landing defensive lineman Travis Shaw from North Carolina. Please hit that like button. Please subscribe down below. It really helps out. Also, join us every Monday live at 8 p.m. Eastern time with Gerald and I. Thank you guys very much for that. Now, let's get back to this. Travis Shaw coming into Texas, will be coming to Texas in about a week. I believe the 12th or 13th is the move-in date. And he's a former five-star recruit that's from North Carolina. He chose North Carolina actually over Georgia and Alabama. So that was a big win for former coach of Texas, Mac Brown. I mean, to pull someone of that quality away to the University of North Carolina, props to him on that. Now, after 3 years there, and honestly, not a lot of production. That is why he's ranked a 3-star in the transfer portal rankings. He's on his way to Texas, but this is a move Texas has made before with the guy that really hasn't put up the type of production he probably should have, but he's in a contract year, and that is Travis Shaw. In 3 seasons at North Carolina, 27 tackles, 6 tackles for loss, and 0 sacks. So not great numbers, but again, guys, he's not going to be asked to get up the field to get sacks. He is going to be asked to stop the run. That is why Cole Brevard from Purdue transferred to Texas. That is why Travis Shaw from North Carolina transferred to Texas. They are here to stuff the run, allow the linebackers to come downhill, clean it up, and allow the edges to get back there also. So you're going to see that. That puts Texas's class now as a whole, or not class, but as a team at 7 defensive linemen, interior defensive linemen for next year. A lot of young guys still. You really only have Brevard, Shaw, and then Alex January, if you want to count him. He hasn't got much run this year, but you're still going to be relying on young guys like Alex January, Melvin Hills, Josiah Sharma, Myron Charles, and Justice Terry as well. So I still think they're going to add another guy, but I do like this guy overall because he's in a contract year, so to say. And then also 6'6", 330 pounds plus. He's a very good athlete. He's got good hips, good mobility. He can get low, but still play with good pad leverage and good power. I think he's going to help Texas. Is he a slam dunk player? No, but Bill Norton coming in here was not a slam dunk player, but I liked him. I think Travis Shaw and Cole Brevard can do exactly what Bill Norton is doing for this team, which is submarining people at the line of scrimmage, helping out the other guys around him to get to the running backs in the backfield and stuff the run. I think he's done a phenomenal job with that. And I think Travis Shaw and I think Cole Brevard can do that as well. So I like the pickup here, and I like a guy that's hungry and has a lot to play for. You're getting a guy with a high ceiling, in my opinion, and he's going to want to play to that because he's going to want to go make NFL money. So overall, pretty good. This does put Texas at the transfer portal class at number 4. Remember, Jack Bomeester, you have Cole Brevard, you have Travis Shaw now, and you have Brad Spence. I think it's a solid class. Is it a great class? No. Now, will there be more guys jumping in the portal after the college football playoff? I think there will be. We've seen guys from Georgia jump in. You also have the spring window, which wasn't as fruitful last year. I think it'll actually be more fruitful this year, and Jermaine Lole was part of that last year. I believe Bill Norton was part of that as well. So we got some pretty decent players from the spring portal last year. Tia Sevilla, who's come in and played decently well too. So I think you want 2 more interior defensive linemen out of this class. I think you'd like another plug guy like a Travis Shaw or Cole Brevard, and then you'd like another better of a pass rusher, someone like a Dominic Williams or an Alfred Collins or someone like that. Or what they were supposed to be in Dominic Williams. So we'll see what happens there. But so far, I think this is a solid class from Texas. It's not a great class, but a solid class. And when you recruit better, you're probably going to get worse transfer portal players because the portal players realize, hey, there's not much room here to move up. I think that's part of the reason. I also think Texas has been a lot more selective, and there hasn't been many good players enter the portal. So let's talk about this, though. What else does Texas need? So I already said 2 more defensive linemen. I fully believe that. I think Texas has to get 2 defensive linemen. I think Steve Sarkisian would tell you that. I think you probably need 1 wide receiver. At this point, you're going to lose Matthew Golden. You're going to lose Isaiah Bond. Isaiah Bond's going to be a 2nd-round pick. I think Matthew Golden's probably a 3rd-round pick at this point. And I think Matthew Golden realizes this is a down year in a wide receiving cycle where you've seen the years in the past. It's really good. So, and next year is going to be a good class, and 2027 is going to be even better. So I think he takes advantage of that and leaves, and it's going to suck to miss him. And if you lose Isaiah Bond and Matthew Golden, your most experienced guy at that point is going to be Ryan Wingo, who I expect him to have a great year next year. But you would like to get another older guy in that room I think you need someone as talented as Isaiah Bond coming in, or someone like Zion Branch, who was talked about, who committed to Georgia today? No, I don't think you need that. But do you need someone like, honestly, like a Matthew Golden, who had 300 or 400 yards receiving and can provide up to 800, 900 yards receiving? Yeah, I would love to have one of those guys, because if not, you're going to be relying on Ryan Wingo, Parker Livingston, Dalen McCutcheon, Khalil Lockett, guys like Jamie French, guys like that, younger guys to make plays. And I think they're going to be able to make plays, but there's very few guys that come in freshman year and produce at a super high level. And you need it. Let's be honest here. In this Sark offense, you're going to need 1,000+ yard receiver. You're going to need 1,000-yard wide receiver. That's what you need. He's had one basically every year here at Texas. I think Matthew Golden will get there versus Ohio State. We'll see what they can get in the portal. Also, tight end. They want to add a tight end. I think that was pretty clear. They try to get Max Clary, ended up at Ohio State. That's a really good pickup for him. He's a really good player. I think he's like a slightly better version of Gunnar Helm, honestly. And Gunnar Helm's gone. Who knows what's going to happen with Amari Niblack? I don't know Amari Niblack's going to play a lot next year. I don't know if there's kind of like a developmental year for him. I don't know if he's going to transfer. I have no idea. You also lose Juan Davis. You're going to have Jordan Washington. You're going to have the two young guys coming in, and Michael Terry and Nick Townsend there as well. So we'll see what happens. I'd like a more experienced tight end there. And you're definitely going to need it if Amari Niblack decides to transfer. So that's going to be very interesting what happens there. If they do end up getting a tight end, they only looked at one and he's gone now. So do they find someone worthy enough to go and recruit? We'll find out. Possibility here of adding a cornerback as well. Jahdae Barron, gone. You got to replace a Thorpe Award winner. How are you going to do that? I think Manny Muhammad can do that. I do. Will he be able to live up to that 5-star billing? What we saw last year, he's been more inconsistent this year. I don't know. I think we do need another cornerback there. I think you're also going to need more depth there, because again, once he's gone, you're going to have Kobe Black back there, Warren Roberson, guys like that. Jalen Gilbo will come back, play slot again. Maybe they move him outside. I doubt that, though. So I think you do need another cornerback. And then an edge. They were interested in Marvin Jones Jr., who ended up going to Oklahoma, obviously from Florida State to Oklahoma. He had 4 sacks last year. He's a nice rotational player. Like, he's not a starter at this point. We've seen what he can do as a starter, and it's okay. What happens there? If Trey Moore comes back, they don't need anyone else off the edge. They're perfectly set at edge. And even if he does leave, I think they're good at edge. But again, these seasons are going to be longer and more brutal. I think you need another edge player, and we'll see how they decide to go about that. We'll see if there's anyone that jumps in the portal that, again, they deem worthy, because it's pretty clear to me, if they don't deem you worthy, they're not going to try to go after you. Whereas years in the past, they'd be not as selective. The last 2 years, they've been very selective, and it's turned out beautifully. So I think they're more on that path now, and they should be. So we'll see if anyone jumps in the portal at the edge position, or they find someone down the board a little bit more that they like. We'll see what happens there. But Texas does land their 4th portal commit in Travis Shaw. I do like this pickup. I think he's going to be perfect at stopping the run, stuffing the run, just like Cole Brevard. I think you try to get one more player like this, then you add more of a pass rusher on the inside, and I think you're all set. I think with 3 to 4 really good portal guys stopping the run, and then you have those young guys to bring in too and see where they fill their roles, I think the Texas defensive line will be as good as this year, because this year's been really good. I don't know. I think the edges will be better or the same. We'll see about the defensive ends here. That's still too early to tell. But again, guys, please hit that like button. Please subscribe down below. Also, join us every Monday at 8 p.m. Eastern time. And again, Texas lands Travis Shaw. Hook 'em, guys.